Hello and welcome. I am the organizer advisor, Lisa Winfield, and my goal is to help you enhance your happiness and transform your life. Today we are going to talk about one of my most popular strategies for enhancing the way we look and feel, and that is creating our rainbow closet. What is the rainbow closet strategy? Our rainbow closet strategy organizes all of our clothing by color. We actually use the color of the rainbow, which is, if you remember from elementary school, Roy G. Biv: reds, orange, yellows, greens, blues, indigos, violets, and then I like to place whites on one side, blacks on the other, and beiges on either end. So whatever color format or framework works for you is totally okay. But who doesn't love a rainbow? I love looking at my colors organized and creating the rainbow in the rainbow closet. So we're going to talk about how do we create our own rainbow closet? What does it do for us? How can we really maximize the investment that we've made in our garments? And what are some tips and tricks that the organizer advisor has learned all along the way to help you stay organized, to help you maximize your wardrobe, as well as enhance your self-confidence and the way you look and feel. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to talk about is organizing the clothing by color. I just have the reds, the oranges, and the kind of the pinks for our rainbow closet. I did invest in one of these little movable rods. This works for me because I can gather all my clothing, like when I'm preparing my clothing to go back into the closet after I've worn them. I'm able to hang them on this little rack and then move them to my closet. This also gives me the opportunity to hang up some of these clothing, and I actually walk them outside on the patio so that I can look at the clothing in natural light. Now, if you have big bright windows or adequate lighting in your home, then it's a great opportunity to look at the clothing under good quality bright lights. Our closets are often lower light or dimmer light, and some of the stains and issues that these garments may have may not show up. And so what happens is that you get all dressed and you're going to an appointment or a job interview or to work or to something that you feel is important, and you get out of your car and you walk in, and under those ultraviolet lights or in the sunlight, you notice that you have a stain that you didn't see in the closet. So this is just going to help us give an opportunity to check our garments over thoroughly to make sure they are in ready to wear condition. So I use a little movable closet rod, and this just helps me for additional storage if I need, or if I'm doing laundry and I want to hang them up before I get them to the closet. It's also a good demo for you. Now, as you can see, I have organized my clothing by colors. Reds on this end, then I've gotten to the oranges, and then salmons, and then right over here are the pinks. And so this just, you can see how calming it is to have your clothing organized by colors. Another thing you can do, and this is the most frequently asked question that I get, is how do you organize your clothing in your color? For example, do you put short sleeves first, long sleeves? You can do whatever you feel comfortable with. I like to go from short sleeves to long sleeve shirts. Then I go to pants, skirts, and dresses. You could do pants in the front and then long sleeve, or short sleeve, long sleeve, and then skirts and dresses. Whatever works for you. I like it kind of by length, and I want to be able to find the garment that I'm looking for quickly. So we want to reduce that getting dressed stress. So we want to be able to find a garment that we want. So if I know I want a short sleeve, something cooler to wear, I'm going to look in this short sleeve pink section for that this cute little pink sweater. So you know, organize and structure it what works best for you. Now you can see how really calming this looks. It just gives a feeling of calm and not chaos. When you have a lot of colors jumbled together, bursting out, it can actually make you feel uncomfortable. You have this visceral reaction of avoidance because it's too much color, too much chaos, and it doesn't have an organizational theme, and it gets overwhelming very quickly, very visually uncomfortable. So part of the reason this strategy works is because it does add calm. What are the benefits of our rainbow closet? One, we can find the garments easily when we want to. When I want to find something, I know if the particular color, I know the length of the sleeve, I know whether it's pants or shirts, but I go to that color and I only have a small section to look through as opposed to the entire closet. That saves me time, it saves me frustration, and it helps me to get dressed in a more effective manner and reduces that getting dressed stress. It also helps to maximize our clothing investment in two ways. First way is we can find the garments that we really want to wear, and they're easily accessible. We're more likely to use them because we can get to them. Two, it maximizes our wardrobe and the investment in our wardrobe because we are actually able to coordinate more outfits in this framework of this rainbow closet. It is easier to combine, and I'm going to do a little demo a little later in this video, so you may want to stick around and check out how this actually helps us extend our wardrobe, maximize our investment, and capitalize on our creativity. The other and the most important benefits of our rainbow closet is it gives us the opportunity to authentically express ourselves through our image, through the clothes we wear, the accessories that we combine. It gives us this creative self-image. It helps us to express our authentic self. It makes us feel self-confident. It elevates our self-esteem because we look and feel fabulous. And that's what my goal is, to help you look and feel fabulous, transforming your life and your clothing into your rainbow closet framework. Make sure you're under good lighting and make sure that you check each garment. You want to look for any kind of stains. You want to look for any small rips or tears. You want to check the buttons. You want to make sure that if it has a zipper, that zipper is functional. Have you ever been in a hurry and you're trying to get dressed in a hurry to get out of the house, make an appointment on time, get the kids to school, or make it to church on time, and you go to put on that skirt and that zipper just doesn't work? You've got the whole outfit planned. You've got your shoes picked out, you've got your purse picked out, you've got your jewelry picked out, you've got the whole ensemble ready to go, and then you put on the skirt and guess what? The damn zipper doesn't work. So now you've got to start over, and now you're behind. And that is that getting dressed stress that we are eliminating from our lives. I also suggest that, like on our Sunday prep steps for the week, so that we scaffold for our success, to plan your wardrobe through the week. And this way you already have a plan. You can use a portable clothes rod, so that's something on wheels that you can put all of your outfits for the week. You can put your accessories, you can hang your purses, your scarves. You have everything ready to go. That's another function of this very inexpensive movable clothing rod. Now, let's talk about buttons and zippers. I have a couple of tips for you. Now, where's my... Okay, so when we're hanging our clothing up, we want to make sure it's back and ready to wear condition. So I suggest buttoning at least every other button. If you have a collar, button the button at the collar. That keeps this nice and tight so that it doesn't fold over and get wrinkled, so that when you wear it, it's lopsided. The other suggestion that I make is to button every other button all the way down. This helps the garment hang evenly on the hanger and keeps it from slipping awkwardly and then possibly getting wrinkled. Now, here's a very quick tip. I mentioned this the other day in the video, but if you take your clear nail polish and you simply paint over the fibers of the thread that hold the button on, it will keep your button on longer. So what I do is I just take my little nail polish and I just paint over the threads of the button. Now, make sure you let that dry really well before you hang it back in with the rest of your garments so that the nail polish doesn't stick. But this is going to keep your buttons on your garments longer, so you'll have less button loss and your garment will be usable longer. Here was another thing I wanted to mention. When you're going through your garments, make sure you check them over very carefully and look to see for wear and tear. As we wear our garments, sometimes we encounter little clothing damage. So like I was going through this garment, and I don't know if you can see, but it has this little tear. Now, I can either have this repaired, depends on the expense of the garment. I can have this repaired, or I can purge. So in this case, I'm going to purge because this little ensemble is kind of showing its age. You want to look for fading or pilling or anything, but at this point, this garment is probably worn enough for me to have gotten my value from it. So this is going to be a purge. Purge. Now, okay, let's talk about, just review about getting our garments into ready to wear condition. Once we've worn our garments and we launder or dry clean, whatever you do, it's hard to find a dry cleaner right now. If you launder, then what you want to do is make sure that your garment is ironed, because you're not going to wear wrinkles. You're not. And make sure that all the buttons are intact. You don't want any wardrobe malfunctioning. And make sure that it is in really good condition. No little stains. Grease stains are very difficult to spot in low light. So you want to examine the garment in good lighting, but just check and make sure that it's in good shape. And make sure it's hanging nicely on the hanger. And make sure that you have some little bit of space in between your garments if you can. When your closet is overcrowded and you have to push and fight and kind of cajole your garments into place, you are less likely to hang them up. And guess where they end up? On the treadmill, draped over the chair, or at the foot of the bed, or in a basket, or at the bottom of the closet. So you're not going to be able to utilize that garment if you're having to search for it. And if it's crumpled up on the floor or on the treadmill, it's going to be wrinkled. So you're not going to be able to wear it, and you're going to put off wearing it because you don't have time to iron. So make sure that there's a little bit of, I call it airspace, in between your garments so that they hang nicely so they don't get wrinkled. Now, I do want to mention, so if you're going to be using these pant hangers, these are very, you can already see, they just slide right out. And where does this garment end up? The bottom of the closet. If you're going to be hanging some like heavy pants or skirts, you're going to want to use something with some very firm clips. This is a heavy leather skirt, and it would end up at the bottom of the closet, but I like to use these garment hangers that have really sturdy clips. This keeps the garment hanging nicely, and it's not going to slip out. And sometimes these just do. Okay. couple other things I want to mention before we go into our accessory demonstration. Okay, as we get our clothing organized, we have this breathability in between so that we can easily access our clothing. Now, you can do two things in order to make sure these garments are working for you. You can try them all on and then rehang them, or you can systematically wear them and then launder, get them back in ready to wear condition and replace them. If you're going to use the systematic approach, what you want to do is you want to turn your hangers. This is just one of those professional organizing tips. You want to turn them the opposite direction so that the hooks are coming from the back. And what this does is it helps you to know which garments you have worn and which you have not. So when you go to return, ready to wear to the closet, you face the hanger in the forward direction. So, for example, this is when I have not worn it. It's going to be facing this way. And then when it's in ready to wear condition, return to the closet, it's going to face this way. So that way you can easily determine what you have worn and what you have not. And then you can know what fits and what works for you. Now, let's see, what else did I want to convey to you? Tips and strategies before we go into our accessorizing. Let me see. Yes, pants, skirts, went through that. Return to closet and ready to wear condition, nail polish on buttons. And oh, here's another quick tip. Do you know when you, let me grab these two little things, when you have a pair of earrings and you lose one, what do you do with the other one? Here's a quick tip. If you have jackets or hoodies or even clothing with zippers, you can turn those earrings into zipper pulls. Now, this was a cute little keychain and it just happened to go really well with this vest, but I could actually use a earring and hook it and fasten it to the zipper, and this makes a really decorative and beautiful zipper pull so that you don't have to waste that other earring. You could use just about any kind of, I like to make them a little clunkier, you know, so that they're easy to grasp, but now you've got a beautiful zipper pull that really enhances the look of your garment. That's a great way to use that extra earring when you've lost one. Okay, so I think we're at the accessorizing part. Okay, we're going to do a little demonstration. Oh, one more thing. As you're going through your garments, don't forget your intimate apparel, your ooh-la-las, as my grandmother would say. This is your intimate apparel wardrobe. You're going to want to go through those too, because if you're going to have an intimate moment, you want to look and feel sensual and beautiful. So you want your ooh-la-las to be in great shape because you want to feel confident and sexy and beautiful and sensual. So make sure that you include, you can do it by color, make sure that you include your ooh-la-las and all of your other intimate garments in your assessment, and make sure that you are, you know, that they're in good shape and they make you look and feel fabulous. Okay, my favorite part is accessorizing, because this is where you can be really creative. So another suggestion for creating your rainbow closet with your garments is to create a rainbow closet with your accessories. So you can use, you know, your scarves and things you can hang with your colors, so you can organize them. These are some scarves and shawls that I have that I keep with the garments of the same color. It just makes it easy for me to find them, and all I have to do is, if I want to find a pink scarf, I can go to the pink section and find the scarf. Now, What we want to do, and I'm just going to give you a little example. I don't think you can see my little skirt. I have a vintage silk, Italian silk sequin skirt that I purchased at a consignment store. It's a kind of a teal green, and can't really see it. Let's see if you can see it. Look. You see it? Nope, you can't. There. That little, okay. So when I purchased it, what I realized was that I had absolutely nothing to match this skirt, so I didn't wear it. You know, you go to put on a garment and you don't have anything to wear with it. How many times do you go in and say, I don't have anything to wear? Yes, you do. You just don't have anything that goes well together. It doesn't make you feel fabulous, so you don't wear it. So what I did was, after I had this skirt for a bit and I realized I wasn't wearing it, I did what I call focused shopping. I actually took the skirt to a store and I told the sales rep that I was going to find something to match it. So I just kind of draped it over my arm and I walked through the store and I found this cute little top that's very flowy, very comfortable. This is from Anthropologie. And it was absolutely perfect with this skirt. So then I was able to find these adorable sandals, and it really ties the whole look together because it has this little aqua kind of bling on it, and it really accentuates this entire outfit. So when you keep encountering a garment that you try on and then you're like, I have nothing to wear with that, take it to a store and do some focused shopping where you actually take it in and find something that's going to match it, that's going to make you look and feel fabulous. Now, we're going to talk about how this rainbow closet strategy works with our accessories so that we really have that professional, pulled together, confident look. I'm going to take this scarf, and it has a lot of different colors in it, and I'm actually going to just walk it down the rainbow closet and see if you can see when the colors pop out. So you can see here, look at how beautifully that matches and goes together. And so as I keep going down, it's going to pull out different colors out of the fabric. So those are the garments that this is going to go really well with. It doesn't go so well with this really bright red, but if I go down into the deeper reds, it pulls that deeper red kind of maroon color right out of that garment. So this is a great accent piece for some of these. Really, I wouldn't wear it normally. I wouldn't plan to wear it with that, but because it really pulls out that color and makes it pop, this is going to be a great combination. It's going to make you look and feel fabulous because you feel so pulled together. We're going to try that with a couple of other things. Then we're going to talk about contrasting colors. Okay, so here's my little salmon sandals. See my little salmon sandals? So I'm going to kind of just start back here, which you can't really see, and then I'm going to walk it through. It goes really, oh, look at this, how perfectly it goes with this skirt. These shoes go so beautifully with this skirt. So that's going to be an outfit that I'm going to put together, and I'm going to feel coordinated and confident, and I'm going to look professional, and that's going to be a great authentic expression of how my wardrobe expresses my authentic self. Okay. Think about other accessories, your jewelry, your glasses, belts, not just shoes and handbags. So you can also switch places. This is going to go more with the pinks, but you can see right away how that pink rim around the sunglasses are really pulling out and blending in nicely with some of these pink colors. Not so much with the salmons, but this isn't an okay color with that. But you can also go into the reds and have a little bit of contrast, and that really will make your outfit look pulled together. Okay, now let's talk about contrast. Okay, Red is a perfect color as an example because it is a very warm color. It's a very hot color. And if you're dressed in all red, sometimes when you approach people, you get this visceral reaction of avoidance because it's way overwhelming. You know, too much of one color without some sort of balance makes you look a little bit overpowering, or could make you look uncomfortable. So I suggest making sure that you are using some contrasting cooler colors. If you're wearing a lot of red, you're going to want to combine with some cooler colors to give it balance. So when you're planning your wardrobe, think about balance, not just about coordinating in all one color, but if you're going to wear a lot of one color, you're going to need to give it a little bit of contrast to help balance those colors. Okay, so I think that is, oh, one more thing. Let's see. One of my favorite little handbags that I have. And it has this cute little scarf. Now, it's the same strategy. Walk it down the rainbow closet, and immediately you're going to start to see some of this pink really stand out with these vibrant red colors. Let's switch it to the other side, and you can see here how these bright pinks really make this handbag pop with this little accent. So think about, see how nicely that combines, and it's a nice balance of that blue and the pink, the hot color and the cool color. Find out what colors work for you. And it's a great idea when you try on your clothes to, if you have a good friend or, you know, a spouse or a sibling that will tell you an honest opinion about, does that color uplift you or does it really wash you out? You want to make sure the colors that you choose work for you. But use your accessories. Here's another thing. Look, when you pair it with this pink, look how it pulls the pink right out of there. That's how you want to accessorize your wardrobe. Okay. So I think we're just going to review right now. Create your rainbow closet. Organize your clothing by color. It's going to give a sense of calm and cohesiveness to your closet. It's not going to be visually overwhelming. It's going to be calm and inviting. It's like an artist palette, and it makes you feel more like engaging and creating. Then you want to make sure that you try on your clothes, inspect them, make sure that they're in good wearable condition, that they're going to enhance the way you look and feel, and then make sure that they work for you and that they're functional, zippers, buttons, and all of that. Once you have them in ready to wear condition, you are able to access, find, create, and coordinate all of your garments and accessories, because it creates that palette and the opportunity to express yourself authentically. Also, a couple of tips and tricks. Your hangers, if they're all the same, it makes your closet look cohesive. Also, make sure that you have some strategy to know which garments that you've worn and which garments that you've yet to try on, or to see if they work for you. So if you just use the reverse hanger method, that's the simplest. It's every professional organizer is going to tell you that is the absolute best way to know. You can systematically go through the colors of your closet if you want to wear all pinks, like during Valentine's, or whatever works for the season that you're in. That's a great way. Or you can just use the reverse method of the hanger so that you know what you have worn. When your garment is worn, get it in ready to wear condition, replace it back in the closet. Use clear nail polish to coat the threads over the buttons to keep your buttons on longer, and check your zippers and make sure they work. Okay. Accessorize. Use the opportunity to align this beautiful color palette with different accessories to be able to really authentically express yourself. Don't forget your jewelry and your intimate apparel, your ooh-la-las. Okay, I'm losing light here, so I am going to sign off. I thank you so much for joining me. Please let me know how the strategy works for you, and if you have any tips or tricks that you would like to share, I would love to hear them. Okay, I am the organizer advisor, Lisa Winfield, and we are talking about creating our rainbow closet to uplift our happiness, enhance how we look and feel, and totally transform our getting dressed and reducing that getting dressed stress. I'm going to sign off. Thank you so much for joining me, and until next time, love you.